Mine is the privilege to introduce to you our guest speaker, who happens to be one of the pillars and top executive of Cooperative Development Authority, or CDA. He is an Ilocano who hails from Baguio City, a proud graduate of St. Louis University in 1996 under the degree program of Bachelor of Science in Commerce, major in marketing. A graduate of Bachelor of Laws last 2007 from one of the pioneer law schools in Manila, the Philippine Law School in Pasay City. Our speaker has 26 solid years in real estate marketing and sales. He started his career with Crown Asia Properties Incorporated as a marketing officer and administrative officer from 1997 up to 2000. Immediately after passing the real estate broker's exam, he established his own realty firm in May 2000 rather, which is very active up to this time. He passed the bar examinations in 2009 and was immediately employed as managing partner and litigation lawyer at the law firm of Ascueta, Robles, Chan, and Associates up to December 2012. He started his government career and service at Cooperative Development Authority 8 years ago. That was in 2014 as Attorney 3 and acted as Acting Regional Director 2 of the Cooperative Development Authority National Capital Region from June 2018 up to June 2020. Currently, he is an Attorney 4 of the CDA NCR. He has his own law firm since 2013. His hobbies and interests include graphic design, photography, videography, web design, wood crafting, playing basketball, golf, and volleyball. He is also into gardening, landscaping, mountain climbing, trekking, airsoft, and practical shooting. Ladies and gentlemen, Rebap community, without further ado, our distinguished guest speaker, the man of the hour, Attorney Frederick Joe Eric N. Robles.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, President Eugene, for that very long introduction. Okay, and it's a pleasure to be invited as one of the resource speaker for this activity. And it's an honor, no, para sa akin na ma-invite dito sa activity ng REBAP. And I've been with the real estate industry almost 26 years na. Sabi nga ni Eugene. Actually, si Eugene is my office mate during the time na nandun pa kami sa Crown Asia Properties. Kaya magkakilala kami ni Eugene. And Eugene is also an active leader, cooperative leader sa Pasay City. I think he's the chairman of the PNB Employees Cooperative. So kaya na-invite ako ni Eugene dahil gusto niya ding i-share sa mga brokers ang benefits ng ating cooperative sa Philippines. Okay, so before I start discussing about housing cooperative, I would like to introduce to you first yung office namin. No? So allow me to share my slide. Are you ready? Ready na po ba tayo sa ating discussion? Okay, so I'll just share my slide, no, para at least I could start with a discussion. Kasi medyo limited time yung binigay sa akin ni Eugene. 1.5 hours lang daw ako pwedeng mag-discuss. But the topic na i-discuss natin, it takes 1 day para i-discuss lahat. But I'll try to compress it within 1.5 hours dahil request ni President Eugene. So I hope you will be able to capture all the points doon sa topics that I will be discussing. So I'll just share my slide, okay? Okay, can you see my slide?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So, ang office namin is the Cooperative Development Authority, a government agency who is in charge of registering cooperatives. I prepared I'll just share my video. This is a summary of how the Cooperative Development Authority was organized. So I'll try to share a video, then we'll try to discuss it later.
Initiatives for the development of cooperatives started in 1941 with the National Cooperative Administration. Unfortunately, the Second World War intervened in the operation of many cooperatives. Cooperatives were once again organized after the war with the creation of the Emergency Control Administration. Under the Department of Commerce and Industry, the Cooperative Administration Office was then established. Several measures were enacted, such as the Agricultural Credit and Cooperative Financing Administration and the Code of Agrarian Reform. During the martial law, President Decree No. 1 abolished the CAO and organized the Bureau of Cooperative Development. The 1986 People Power Revolution made way for cooperative leaders to lobby for the adoption of a cooperative-friendly legislation. The Bureau of Agricultural Cooperatives Development was created in 1987 under Executive Order No. 116. In 1988, Senator Aquilino Pimentel Jr., heeding the call of the sector, sponsored and co-authored a bill to enact the Cooperative Code. The bill was passed and signed into law on March 10, 1990, Republic Act No. 6938 for the Cooperative Code of the Philippines and Republic Act No. 6939 or CDA Charter. Article 12 of the Philippine Constitution, or National Autonomy and Patrimony, states the creation of an agency to promote the viability and growth of cooperatives as instruments for social justice and economic development. Mandate of the CDA: promote the viability and growth of a cooperative as instruments of equity, social justice, and economic development in fulfillment of the mandate in Section 15, Article 12 of the Constitution. Vision: an effective and efficient regulatory agency working towards the development of viable, sustainable, socially responsive, and globally competitive cooperatives. Mission: to ensure the safe and sound operations of cooperatives. It is a declared policy of the state to foster the creation and growth of cooperatives as a practical vehicle for promoting self-reliance and harnessing people power towards the attainment of economic development and social justice. Republic Act 6938, an act to ordain a cooperative code of the Philippines. Republic Act 6939, an act creating the Cooperative Development Authority to promote the viability and growth of cooperatives as instruments of equity, social justice, and economic development. The Republic Act 11364, an act reorganizing and strengthening the Cooperative Development Authority. This outlines how certain activities are directed in order to achieve the goals of the Cooperative Development Authority. In pursuant to the mandate, CDA has the power and responsibility over the development, regulation, and adjudication of cooperatives. Development. CDA manages training programs and awards excelling cooperatives as part of their comprehensive plans towards the development of cooperatives. They also collaborate with local and international institutions to provide quality education and training to cooperatives to ensure good governance, resource management, and effective operation. Education and regulation. The CDA authorizes the establishment and registration of cooperatives as well as monitoring their compliance and payment of fees through regular inspections. Adjudication. In times of disputes between member cooperatives or breach of laws and regulations promulgated by the agency, the CDA conducts investigations and provide resolutions to resolve conflicts. If necessary, disciplinary actions or penalties are given. Governance and administration. The board of directors is composed of the chairperson and 6 members of the board. Each of the following clusters of cooperatives is represented by 1 BOD. Credit and financial services, banking and insurance, consumers, marketing, producers, and logistics, human services, health, housing, workers, and labor service, education and advocacy, agriculture, agrarian, aquaculture, farmers, dairy, and fisherfolk, and public utilities, electricity, water, communications, and transport. The secretaries of the Department of Trade and Industry and the Department of Interior and Local Government serve as ex-official members of the board and may designate an alternate in a permanent capacity. The administrator of the authority is appointed by the President of the Philippines as recommended by the Board of Directors. 5 deputy administrators are in charge with the following specific concerns: general administration and support services, institutional development, legal affairs, registration, supervision and examination, and credit surety fund. The authority has a central office located in Quezon City and has a total of 16 regional offices nationwide. The CDA Central Office coordinates with Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. You may visit the CDA website at www.cda.gov.ph or contact the telephone numbers for more information.
Okay, so that is our agency, the Cooperative Development Authority. So basically, ano ba yung power ng aming agency when it comes to housing cooperatives? As a regulatory agency, of course, we have the regulatory power. We exercise the rights and privilege of the members of the cooperative. We, as an agency, we formulate rules and procedures in the conducts of meetings of the General Assembly and the Board of Directors and other committees. Also, the manner of election and qualification of officers and directors and committee members. Also is the allocation and distribution of net surplus and other matters relating to internal affairs of the housing cooperative. And last, all matters relating to technical aspects of the housing program and such other matters affecting the cooperative shall be in accordance with the standards promulgated by the law. So yan po yung pinaka-basic power ng aming agency when it comes to cooperative. Although lahat po ng types of cooperative, hindi lang po housing cooperatives, nire-regulate namin. But for this particular webinar, we will focus on housing cooperative. So settlement of disputes, just like the HLURB, we also have powers, adjudicatory powers in adjudicating disputes between and among members and officers. No? Ang tawag namin dyan is inter-cooperative disputes or intra-cooperative disputes. Also, part of our quasi-judicial function is to entertain complaints against the cooperative in relation to the rights and privileges granted to the members of the cooperative. Also, under the law, under Republic Act 9520, which is the Philippine Cooperative Code of 2008, meron pong committee na dapat ma-organize. Ito yung tinatawag na Joint Monitoring and Evaluation Committee. It is composed of key housing agencies. So it is headed by the CDA. So ang mga members ng committee na to ay ang NHA, HLURB, HDMF, HUDCC, SSS, Land Bank, DBP, Socialized Housing Finance Corporation, Home Mortgage Corporation, DILG, and DNR, and other government agency that might be involved in cooperative development. So yan po yung joint monitoring committee. Ano ang trabaho ng joint committee? To formulate joint standards for the proper implementation and monitoring and organization and management and development of cooperative housing project. Also, to assist in settling inter or intra-cooperative disputes and also to submit annual accomplishment to the authority, and to recommend changes into the implementing rules and regulation from time to time doon sa ating batas in relation to housing cooperative. Okay? So basically, what is a cooperative? Pwede po kayong sumagot. Alam niyo po ba kung ano ang cooperative? You could share it sa chat box, yung inyong pagkakaalam sa tungkol sa kooperatiba. Sino pong nakakaalam tungkol sa cooperative? Anyone? Ngayon yun lang ba narinig ang cooperative? I believe may mga cooperative leaders na present today, so dapat alam niyo kung ano ang cooperative. Okay? It's actually a business organization just like a corporation. Ang cooperative is nagbibigay din po, ang CDA nagbibigay din ng juridical personality sa lahat ng cooperative. Okay? So, I will share again another video. Ito po ay yung short definition ng cooperative para po maintindihan natin ng konti.
What is a cooperative? A cooperative is an autonomous and duly registered association of persons with a common bond of interest who have voluntarily joined together to achieve their social, economic, and cultural needs and aspirations by making equitable contributions to the capital required, patronizing their products and services, and accepting a fair share of the risks and benefits of the undertaking in accordance with universally accepted cooperative principles.
Okay? So, it's an organization.
What is a cooperative?
So, it's an organization that is association of individuals, ano? And they have a common bond of membership. And ito yung yung common bond of membership, ito yung bubuklod sa kanila kung bakit sila mag-organize ng cooperative. We have 4 common bond of membership, either associational, ito po yung mga members ng association; residential, ito po yung mga resident ng isang geographical location; institutional, ito yung mga employees ng isang organization; and occupational, kung saan yung mga members ay pare-pareho ang kanilang trabaho, like yung mga laborers, they could organize cooperative para ito ang makatulong sa kanilang kabuhayan. Okay? Another video I'm going to share you.
What is a cooperative startup? The term cooperative startup refers to a cooperative in the first stage of its operations. Startups are founded by one or more individual or entrepreneurs who want to develop a product or services for which they believe there is a need and demand. These cooperatives generally start with high costs and limited revenue, which is why they look for capital from a variety of sources such as members' share capital, loans and borrowings including deposits, revolving capital which consists of the deferred payment of patronage refunds, or interest on share capital, subsidies, donations, legacies, grants, aids and such other assistance from any local or foreign institution, whether public or private. Cooperative startups are focused around a single product or service that the founders want to bring to the prospective members. These cooperatives typically don't have a fully developed business model, and more importantly, lack adequate capital to move on to the next phase of business. So many cooperative startups fail within the first few years. That's why this initial period is so important. Founding cooperators need to find money, create a business model and business plan, hire key personnel, work out intricate details such as member investors, partners, and plan for the long run. Many of today's most successful cooperatives began as startups and ended up becoming multimillionaire and billionaire cooperatives in the country today. Why cooperatives are vital in the Philippines today? Cooperatives have proved to be very important in the economic development of societies in the cities and rural development. Cooperatives encourage capital formation and investments in different sectors. People can get loans from cooperatives to start business enterprises. They also help in poverty alleviation and employment generation. A cooperative is owned and managed by the members, worker members, and member customers, and these people will have greater incentive to provide a better service at a better value to those who patronize the products and services of their cooperative. Due to their democratic organization and their economic orientation, cooperatives contribute significantly to social integration, job creation, and the reduction of poverty. Cooperatives are stabilizing regional economic cycles and can generate regional employment. With regard to economic and social development, cooperatives promote the fullest participation of all people and facilitate a more equitable distribution of the benefits of globalization. The cooperatives can make our society more healthy and resilient.
Okay, so basically, ayan yung overview ng cooperative sa atin dito sa Pilipinas. And cooperatives is, they are observing 7 principles of cooperative. Ito yung prinsipyo. This is embodied in all cooperatives, not only in the Philippines but all over the world. Sinusundan nila itong principles na to, 7 cooperatives. So ano ba yung 7 cooperative principles? Number 1 is, ang cooperative daw ay voluntary and open membership. So if you want to join a cooperative, walang pilitan, no? Voluntary. And it's open because anyone who would like to invest in the cooperative, who would like to share their capital to the cooperative and reap the benefits of the cooperative, voluntary yan. It's open to anyone, as long as you are qualified as set by the cooperative. Another principle of cooperative is the democratic member control. So basically, the members are the one who is the highest policy making body of this organization, yung cooperative. Sa corporation, ang highest policy making body doon ay ang board. But when it comes to cooperative, the general membership or the general assembly is the highest policy making body. Sila ang magde-decide kung saan patungo yung ating cooperative. Another principle is member economic participation. So considering that cooperative is a social business enterprise, you have to share your money. You have to invest your money in the cooperative in order to share the profits or the revenues of the cooperative. Ang pagkakaalam ng ibang tao, yung hindi pa nakakaalam tungkol sa kooperatiba, ang alam nila, ang kooperatiba ay NGO. Hindi po NGO ang cooperative. Ang cooperative is a social business enterprise. So it's a business. So kailangan merong revenue, no? So you have to invest capital in the cooperative in order to gain the benefits being provided by the cooperative. Number 4 principle is autonomy and independent. Like any business organization, may autonomy and independence. As long as you are following the law, walang problema, hindi papakialaman ng gobyerno ang cooperative. Another principle of cooperative is education, training, information. One of the very important aspect ng isang kooperatiba is yung education. No? Ine-educate natin yung ating mga members, ine-educate natin yung ating mga officers, ine-educate din natin ang public about the cooperative para ma-encourage natin silang mag-join sa cooperative. At ng mga officers naman natin para mabigyan sila ng competency to manage the cooperative at maging successful yung cooperative. Okay? Another principle is the cooperation among cooperatives. Meron pong partnership among the cooperatives. Nagtutulungan po lahat ng mga cooperatives. They may join federations, they may join cooperative unions in order to manifest yung kanilang itong principle na to, yung cooperation among cooperatives. Another principle is the concern for community. So ang mga cooperatives po, aside from yung mga revenues na nagiging nila or yung natawag din naming net surplus, part of the net surplus of the cooperative is being shared to the community. It is also provided under the law na lahat ng cooperatives, a portion of their net surplus, yung net surplus is the net income, net surplus or net income sa corporate world is sinishare natin sa community kung saan nag-ooperate ang cooperative. So these are the 7 principles that being observed by all cooperative, not only in the country, but also all over the world. Okay? Ano ba ang purpose ng cooperative? Number one, of course, yung thrift savings. Ito yung mga credit cooperative. We also generate funds to extend credit to the members for productive and provident purpose. Ito po yung mga livelihood programs ng cooperative. We also encourage yung members yung sa production ng products and services. We also engage in marketing, no? You could also provide in developing goods and services, no? And of course, yung mga professionals pwede ring mag-organize ng cooperative. If you are a doctor, you could organize a hospital, no? If you are a dentist, you organize an association of a cooperative being run by the dentists, yung mga engineers, gano'n, no? So mga professionals could also form their cooperatives. Ang mga lawyers hindi pwede sa cooperative. Magkaroon ng mag-organize sila parang law firm, no? Hindi pwede. To acquire lands and provide housing benefits for members, no? So pwedeng ka mag-organize ng co-op to acquire land and provide housing benefits for its members. And of course, pwede ring maging insurance cooperative. No, you insure a person for losses and for contingent events. Also, ang purpose ng co-op is to promote and advance the economic and social education status of members. So meron ding mga education cooperative, meron din po yung cooperative na nagpapa-lease, meron din mga cooperative banks, meron din yung mga nag-wholesale and retail, meron din yung agriculture industrial. So ang pagkakaalam kasi ng kadamihan about cooperatives talaga, ang alam lang nila is pautangan, which is not, no? Cooperative is more than pautangan. There are other types of cooperative na business ang na-organize. Okay? The purpose also is to coordinate and facilitate the activities of the cooperative. It advocates the cooperativism, yung principle of cooperativism. Of course, you have to ensure the viability of the cooperative by using the new technology. And cooperative encourage and promote self-help or self-employment as an engine for economic growth. Ang cooperative is more of a self-help organization, no? Kasi kayong mga members magtutulungan para ma-alleviate yung inyong standard of living or yung source of living. Okay? And undertakes other activities as may be provided by the law. Ano ang objective ng isang kooperatiba? Is to provide goods and services to its member to enable them to attain increased income, savings, investment, productivity, and purchasing power ng mga members. Provide optimum social and economic benefits. So madaming mga services na binibigay ang cooperative sa mga members. Okay? It also teach the members the efficient way of doing things the cooperative manner. It propagates cooperative practice, new ideas in business and management, allow lower income and less privileged group to increase their ownership in the wealth of the nation. Okay? So yan po ang overview ng cooperative. Ano yung iba-ibang klase ng kooperatiba aside from housing cooperative, aside from credit cooperative na alam natin? There are other types of cooperative. Okay, we have credit cooperative. Yung consumer cooperative, ito yung mga retailing. Nasa retailing, yung mga supermarket, mga convenience stores. Ganyan. Producers cooperative, ito yung mga nagproduce ng products and services. Yung gumagawa ng mga furnitures, gumagawa ng food products. Yan. Ang tawag namin dyan ay mga producers cooperative. Meron ding marketing, may mga tao nagsama-sama, yung mga salesperson, nagsama-sama, organize sila ng cooperative para magbenta ng products. Okay? So, marketing cooperative. We also have service cooperative. When say service, yan po ay covered niya ang medical. So you could provide a health service, dental care, hospitalization, transportation. Kung makikita nyo lahat yung mga modernized transport vehicle natin ngayon, mga PUJs natin, yan po ay kadamihan dyan ay cooperative, transport cooperative. We also have insurance, ito housing, of course, itong ating topic today. Labor, pwede po tayong para siyang manpower, but we call it labor service. No? Yung mga tao nagsama-sama, organize a labor service cooperative, and they will going to get a principal at they will provide services for that principal na hindi necessary naman sa principal, like parang mga manpower agency. Okay? Electric, so meron din tayong mga electric cooperatives sa mga probinsya. May mga electric cooperative tayo dyan na registered sa CDA. Okay? So power, communication, and professionals. We also have yung tinatawag nating multi-purpose cooperative. Ang multi-purpose cooperative is actually yung 2 or more types of cooperative or business activities ang ini-engage nila. Also, we have advocacy. Ito yung advocacy co-op naman nag-a-advocate ng co-op. Madami no? Other types of co-op, of course, yung mga agrarian reform cooperatives, yung mga ino-organize ng Department of Agrarian Reform. Ino-organize sila, ginagawa silang cooperative. Meron din po tayong mga bangko, no? Cooperative banks. Meron din tayong dairy. Sa Mindanao, malalaki yung ating mga dairy cooperatives doon. Education, mag-put up ng school, no? Education cooperatives. Electric cooperatives, financial service cooperatives. Yung mga fishermans natin, meron din silang organized na cooperative. And of course, yung health service, housing, insurance, transport, water service. Ito rin po yung mga water, parang yung water utilities, water distribution. Meron din po tayong mga ganyang klase ng cooperative. And workers cooperative. Ano ba ang legal basis kung bakit merong cooperative, no? Or meron tayong housing cooperative? Nakalagay sa ating constitution, the state shall promote a just, dynamic, and social order that will ensure the prosperity and independence of the nation and free the people from poverty through policies adequate for social service, promote full employment, rising standard of living, and improve the quality of life. So, the creation of the housing cooperative is to improve the quality of life for all members. Of course, because of the law, ang aming pinaka-main na batas in relation to cooperative is Republic Act 9520, which is the Philippine Cooperative Code of 2008. So, natasan ang CDA, ang Cooperative Development Authority, in consultation with the other government agency to come up with the rules and regulation in relation to housing cooperative. So that's why we have the Joint Monitoring and Evaluation Committee wherein ang members dito is yung mga key shelter agencies. Okay, nandyan ang NHA, ang Pag-ibig, ang SSS, ang Land Bank, ang DBP, ang SHAPSI, National Home Mortgage Finance Corporation, ang HGC, ang DILG, and DNR, and other government agencies. So meron kaming committee na nagdi-discuss kung paano ma-improve yung pag-organize ng housing cooperative. So ano ba ang housing cooperative? Dito na po tayo sa pinaka-main topic natin, housing cooperative. A housing cooperative refers to a type of cooperative organized to assist and provide access to housing for the benefits of its regular members who actively participate in savings program for housing. So, nakalagay dyan, assist and provide access to housing to the members who are actively participating in savings program. So, kailangan magkaroon sila ng savings program para yun yung gagamitin ng housing cooperative as capital to establish a housing project. The housing cooperative, this is the organization, no? Housing cooperative, the organization this is owned, co-owned, and controlled by its member. Okay? Ang nagmamay-ari ng cooperative ay mga miyembro. Housing cooperative programs. So the cooperative housing program refers to an alternative housing approach. It's an alternative housing approach. This is usually in partnership with government agencies, NGOs, and other entities who has been providing assistance sa mga communities in providing housing, no? And usually ang mga cooperatives na yung nag-establish ng COOP hindi pa sila well capitalized. And sometimes binibigyan sila ng mga donated capital, donated funds to organize the cooperative para makapag-establish sila ng housing. And usually, yung mga binibigyan ng assistance na ganito ay yung mga low-income earners. Ito yung mga nasa socialized housing. Okay? So, ito po yung ating cooperative housing program. So, ano yung project, cooperative housing project? It refers to the project of housing cooperative. So, pag sinabi mong housing cooperative, this is the organization that establishes a cooperative housing. So, baliktad, no? Housing cooperative versus cooperative housing. So, when you say cooperative housing project, ito na mismo yung mismong project. Itong project na ito ay i-develop ng isang housing cooperative. The housing project, pag sinabi mong housing project, that involves yung pag-construct, pag-develop, and pag-manage ng housing project. So it's parang isang developer na talaga yung housing cooperative. Kasi pwede silang ma-involve sa construction, pwede silang ma-involve sa development, at sa management ng housing project. Okay, ano ang purpose ng isang housing cooperative? Is to create a resource mobilization program excuse me, to ensure financial stability of the cooperative. So mag-mobilize sila ng resources. So financial resources, yung mga real estate resources, labor, mga human resources para mabuo nila yung kanilang housing project. To foster and strengthen the principle of cooperativism by promoting a comprehensive and integrated community development program, which is planned and managed by the cooperative members, thereby ensuring a sustained, self-reliant cooperative community. So makikita nyo, pag isang cooperative, hindi lang yan pang housing. Pwede rin kayong ma-engage sa, excuse me, pwede rin kayong ma-engage sa other business activities na sinabi ko natin. Pwede kayong ma-engage sa banking, pwede kayong ma-engage sa marketing, pwede kayong ma-engage sa transport. So dito yung concept ng total community. Kung saan yung housing, meron ka na rin transportation, pwede ka na rin sa electric, pwede ka na rin sa consumer, magtayo ka ng consumer service, ng supermarket sa community, pwede ka rin mag-provide ng trabaho sa livelihood, so magkakaroon ng producers, cooperative. So ito yung mga business activities na pwede mong i-organize sa isang community, sa isang housing cooperative. But of course, you have to secure the approval of the Cooperative Development Authority if you're going to engage to other business activities as I discussed a while ago. So, to develop collaborative effort, so kung kayo ay mag-organize ng housing cooperative, nandyan palagi ang CDA, nandyan lahat yung ibang government agencies na pwedeng tumulong sa inyo para mapadali o ma-realize natin yung pag-organize ng isang cooperative housing. Okay? You could expand the cooperative business operation by stabilizing the available resources of the community, no? By producing housing units to its members, and to undertake such economic and social activities. So hindi lang limited sa housing, pwede rin kayo mag-organize ng iba pang business activities sa loob ng housing community. Mamaya ipapakita ko, meron kaming isang cooperative na ginagawa lahat yon. Meron na siyang housing, meron pa siyang mga business, ibang business, meron pa siyang pautang. So mamaya mapakita natin yung isang sample namin ng isang kooperatiba. So how are you going to organize a cooperative? Ang nire-require ng batas, at least 15 natural persons who are Filipinos. Yan ang kailangan para ma-organize ang isang cooperative. Kailangan meron kayong 15 natural persons who are Filipino. Meron tayong tinatawag din na common bond of interest. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, na kung kayo ay residential sa isang area, pwede kayo mag-organize ng co-op. Kayo ay nagtatrabaho sa isang institution, like yung cooperative nila President Eugene sa PNB, ang institution is PNB, lahat ng empleyado, or hindi naman lahat ng empleyado, majority ng employees are members of that cooperative in the bank, no, sa PNB. So sila yung tinatawag nating institutional cooperatives. O yung common bond nila is institutional. Pwede rin yung associational. For example, yung REBAP, no? Yung mga members ng REBAP, pwede kayo mag-organize ng cooperative using the common bond as association para ma-organize yung co-op. O meron din tayong tinatawag na occupational. When you say occupational, kunwari yung mga laborers sa construction, i-organize mo sila sa isang co-op, at ang pinaka-common bond of membership nila is yung common, yung occupation nila being the laborer doon sa construction. Okay, so yan yung 4 common bond of interest na re-recognize ng aming opisina para kayo ay ma-organize bilang cooperative. Kung saan kayo saan pwedeng i-register yung cooperative? So we have 16 regional offices in nationwide. So lahat ng region, meron tayong regional offices and meron din po tayong mga provincial offices. Pwede po kayong doon pumunta at dumulog kayo doon para makahingi kayo ng information about cooperative, how you're going to organize a cooperative. So what are the requirements? Of course, like sa corporation, kailangan you need to register the cooperative name in our portal. You have to submit the articles of cooperation and bylaws. We also require that at least 25% of the authorized capital has been subscribed. 25% of the subscription must be paid up, and paid up must not be lower than 15,000. So just like corporations, 25 din yung nire-require namin para a requirement para ma-organize kayo as a cooperative. And of course, yung mga accountable officers, we require them to be secured. So kailangan meron silang surety bond. Okay, then you have to attend a seminar. Itong seminar namin half day lang. Ang dinidiscuss during the seminar, ang tawag namin dito is pre-registration seminar, is about the cooperative, the principles of cooperative, and it's more of the foundation of how you're going to organize your cooperative. Then we require the feasibility study, economic survey, and of course, undertaking to change name in case na meron kayong similar name with other existing cooperatives. So those are the basic requirements for registration. For capitalization, for purpose of registration, a housing cooperative shall have at least a minimum paid up capital of 15,000 for purpose of registration. But of course, 15,000 is not enough to develop a housing cooperative. No? Pero para marehistro lang po yung inyong cooperative, the housing cooperative, you have at least 15,000. Okay, so that's the minimum. So what are the sources of your capital? The sources of your capital could be the members' share capital. Ito yung kanilang contributions to the cooperative. Ito yung share capital nila. Kumbaga, ito yung stocks nila doon sa cooperative. Pwede rin, the cooperative could also loan. They could borrow, or they could get deposits from their members so that they could use this for as a capital, no, for the cooperative. Also, revolving capital, if the cooperative is already existing, we have this patronage refund na tinatawag. This patronage refund is actually a refund for patronizing the services of your cooperative. Okay, so at the end of the year, if you patronize the services of your cooperative, there is a certain percentage of the payment you make to the cooperative will go back to the member as patronage refund. Also, the interest on share capital, when you say interest on share capital, ito po yung tinatawag ng iba na dividend, no? Dividendo. But in the cooperative sector, on the cooperative, we call it interest on share capital. So you could also secure some subsidies, donation, grants, aids, and other form of assistance as part of your capital in organizing a housing cooperative. Okay, so I will share to you an existing cooperative that has a housing cooperative. A short video para po makita niyo. Okay, itong cooperative na ito is yung Mindanao State University. Okay, this is the MSU sa Mindanao. Ito yung inorganize nila. Sila ay isang multi-purpose cooperative. They are engaged in housing and other business activities. And this is one of their business, no, housing. Ang MSU is institutional cooperative. Ang mga members nito ay mga faculty ng at mga resident within the Mindanao State University in Iligan City. So sila po yung nag-compose ng cooperative na ito. Okay? So yan yung isa sa kanilang project. But they are not just engaged in housing. There are other business activities that could supplement the housing program of the cooperative. Okay? So, ano ba yung organizational structure ng isang cooperative? The highest policy-making body of cooperative is the General Assembly. When you say General Assembly, ito na yung the whole membership of the cooperative. Then under the General Assembly, excuse me, is the Board of Directors, and nandiyan din yung Audit Committee and Election Committee. Itong mga Board of Directors, Audit Committee, and Election Committee, they are elected by the General Assembly. Ine-elect sila. Okay? Then yung mga nasa baba, ina-appoint na po yan lahat ng Board of Directors. Yung Secretary, yung Treasurer, yung Committee, Credit Committee, meron tayong Ethics Committee, Education and Membership Committee, Mediation and Conciliation Committee, and of course, yung ating General Manager, ina-appoint na rin po ng board yan, and yung Administration and Operation of the cooperative. So this is the basic organizational structure ng isang cooperative. So as I said, the highest policy-making body is the General Membership or the General Assembly. Okay. So the General Assembly shall mean the full membership of the cooperative duly assembled for the purpose of exercising all the rights and performing all the obligations pertaining to the cooperative. So sila po ang highest policy-making body. Membership in the housing cooperative shall be open to the all natural Filipino citizen who meet the qualifications for membership prescribed in the articles and bylaws. Okay? So ano yung proof of ownership or possessory right or of a member to the house and lot? Of course, being a member, you have an equity. No? Meron kang share capital doon sa cooperative. So you are the part owner of the cooperative. You are an owner of the portion of the cooperative housing project or structure. So paano yung tenurial arrangement? Ano ba yung tenurial arrangement ng isang housing cooperative? Okay, the housing cooperative is owned and managed by the cooperative, and a certificate of occupancy is issued to the members as an alternative security-based tenurial instrument. The cooperative may own the property and the lot, develop the property, construct the housing unit by the cooperative. No? Dito nakalagay dito, no individualization of the title. The cooperative assumes the full obligations of the financial institution. So ang cooperative, para kasi dahil malaki, no, capital intensive ang pagdevelop ng housing. So yung cooperative siya ang magso-source ng funds para ma-construct, ma-develop at makapag-purchase ng lote, makapag-construct at develop yung housing project. And ang nakapangalan, ang maglo-loan will be the cooperative. No? Dito, nakalagay dito, no individualization of the title. So the whole housing project is owned by the cooperative. Like sa condominium corporation, yung mga common areas lang yung ang common areas lang is owned by the condominium corporation. But with the housing cooperative, even the space within the unit sa isang condominium is owned by the cooperative. However, yung the member who is being given a unit will have a certificate of occupancy as proof that he or she is entitled to occupy that space or that house. No? Ito yung isang tenurial arrangement. However, hindi po namin pinagbabawal yung mga housing cooperative na i-individualize nila yung title ng bawat lote. Kumbaga especially sa horizontal development, pagka house and lot yan, hindi naman namin pinagbabawal na yung mga housing cooperative i-individualize nila yung title bawat house and lot, no? But yung concept ng housing cooperative usually is common ownership. All all the buildings, all the structures, all the real estate properties, yung land, even the space is owned by the cooperative. So dalawang klase. But ang aming pinaka-main tenurial arrangement is co-ownership lahat ng members doon sa housing project. Okay? So magpo-provide ng certificate of occupancy doon sa member na member beneficiary doon sa housing, cooperative housing. Okay? Ano ang proof of ownership nung the whole housing project? Just like any other development, merong original certificate of title yan. May nga condominium certificate of title. So yan pa rin naman yung sinusunod natin dito. So lahat ng projects, lahat ng housing project na dinevelop ng isang housing cooperative is ang kanyang proof of ownership is still the title at mga tax deck, ganun po, no? Yun yung kanilang proof of ownership. But for the members that occupying a certain unit, ang kanilang proof of parang proof na sila ay beneficial owner is yung certificate of occupancy. Okay? Meron din po ngayong contract of usufruct. So alam naman po natin kung ano yung contract of usufruct as real estate brokers. Refers to an agreement that gives a member the right to enjoy the property of the cooperative with the obligation to preserve its form and substance unless the title constituting it the law otherwise provides. So kung merong agreement that the property is to be individualized among the members, that would be the tenurial arrangement that would be observed by the cooperative. Okay? Sa housing cooperative, we provide government assistance, no? Not necessarily financial assistance. Okay. So financing and technical assistance. So the authority in coordination with appropriate government agencies and financial institutions shall assist the housing cooperative in availing technical and financial assistance for its housing project. So pwede kami mag-endorse ng isang housing cooperative, pumunta sa National Housing Authority, pumunta sa Pag-ibig, pumunta sa SAPSI, or any sa Land Bank or sa DBP, meron po kaming partnership with these government agencies in relation to housing cooperatives if they want to secure financial and technical assistance. Under the law, sinasabi doon sa batas natin sa Republic Act 9520, ang mga financial institution daw dapat magbigay ng blanket loan or long-term wholesale loan sa mga housing cooperative. Okay, so may mga GFIs na po tayo na they provide a blanket loan or long-term wholesale loans to our housing cooperatives. Okay? Yan, so okay, so for documentary requirements in availing for technical or financial assistance, the cooperative in availing technical and financial assistance shall file its application with the appropriate government financial institutions. So the GFI shall provide special accommodation and assistance and leniency to cooperatives. Considering that we have a partnership with these government financial institutions, they provide special accommodation, assistance, and leniency to cooperatives as part of our partnership. So, as a condition for the proposed housing project, first you have to show that you have available land suitable for housing. Okay, so pakita mo kung meron kang land na pwedeng i-develop into housing for the cooperative. Second, dapat meron ka ng land ownership on that property. Kailangan may pakita mo, meron ka ng contract to sell, meron ka ng reservation agreement or meron ka ng deed of absolute sale. Then you have to identify your target beneficiaries or yung mga members. So at least you have at least 30 target initial member beneficiaries in order to secure government assistance in organizing a cooperative housing project. Okay, so ano yung stages of organizing a housing cooperative? Ito yung stages kung how you're going to organize a housing cooperative. Unang-una is social preparation. You have to prepare the members that you have to explain to them what is the concept of cooperative, what are the principles of cooperative, how cooperatives works, no? Kailangan itanim natin doon sa ating mga members yung foundation kung ano ang cooperative. Kaya meron tayong tinatawag na pre-membership education seminar. No? Meron din tayong mga capacity building activities para sa mga would-be members or yung mga founding members. Okay. So ituturuan natin lahat on how they going to run the business of the cooperative. Second is market survey. So the strategy employed by the cooperative to enlist, encourage, and determine the eligibility of target member beneficiaries. So they have to identify sino yung target member beneficiary. So through a survey. Okay? The survey shall determine the bracket for the pricing. So titignan nila ano yung affordable price para sa kanila, taking into consideration the financial capacity of the members. Help identify the target beneficiaries and yung eligibility requirements and screening. Eligibility requirements as provided by the cooperative and as provided by the financial institution. Resource, next stage is, so kung meron ka ng social preparation, meron ka ng market survey, ang next stage is resource mobilization. This means engaging in capital build-up activities. Yung capital build-up activities is a program wherein the members will going to save yung kanilang mag-impose sila ng share capital, mag-invest sila ng share capital every month, every year sa cooperative para makapag-generate sila ng enough capital para makapag-come up sila ng housing project. Okay? So yan po yung mobilization. And of course, sabi gaya ng discussion natin kanina, yung sources of capital, pwede rin silang mag-loan, pwede rin silang through the membership, pwede rin through recruitment ng more members doon sa cooperative para sila din ay makapag-share sa capital ng cooperative. Okay? So resource mobilization. And of course, after that is registration with the Cooperative Development Authority. So kapag nagawa mo na yung tatlong stage, ready ka nang magpa-register sa CDA para mabigyan ka ng juridical personality. Okay? So ito yung matrix, no? Para at least meron tayong guide on the phases and steps in implementing a housing project. Okay? At ano yung mga agency na pwede nyong lapitan para matulungan sa stages or sa steps in organizing a housing cooperative. First phase is the organization. So nandyan yung social preparation. Okay, so nandyan ang CDA, nandyan yung mga NGOs, nandyan ang mga government agencies to provide you with the proper training and seminars or education on how you're going to organize your cooperative. There will be orientation, no, by the NGO, NHA, the CDA, and other government offices. Capacity building by the same agencies and organizations. Then you will undergo the pre-registration seminar. The pre-registration seminar is to educate about the cooperators or the founding cooperators about the concept or the principles or the foundations of a cooperative. Okay, so sa market survey, so determine yung eligibility ng target beneficiaries, screening ng mga target member beneficiaries, and prioritizing the target beneficiaries. So trabaho na po yan ng cooperative. Yung housing cooperative, sila na po ang mag-identify ng mga target beneficiaries. Resource mobilization, so how they are going to raise the money, the capital, so it's up to the cooperative. How to implement livelihood programs para mag-generate ng income yung cooperative. Okay, preparing the documents to be used for filing with the Cooperative Development Authority so that they could register their cooperative, proposed cooperative. Then preparation of the feasibility study. So they could go to the National Housing Authority to ask for help, to ask help in coming up with a feasibility study. And NHA na rin po ang mag-approve. At yung mga approve na yon, pag-submit nyo sa NHA, yung pag-approve ng NHA, pwede nyo na pong isubmit sa CDA para part of the requirements. Okay, registration. So you just submit the registration requirements sa CDA and we will going to process the registration of the cooperative. After registration with the cooperative, you have to register with the BIR and to the local government unit kung saan naka-register yung location ng cooperative. So during the construction naman, pre-construction, so site, doon sa site or sa location, identification of the site within the area of operation of the cooperative. So bahala na po yung cooperative na mag-identify kung saan nila itatayo yung housing yung housing project nila. Then they have to seek the approval of the local government, the DENR, no, and other government agency for securing a developmental yung certificate. Then of course, land acquisition. So kapag may na-identify kayong property at you were able to raise enough capital to purchase the property, so you have to purchase the property. Okay, land preparation, so survey, you are required to secure the license to sell. Yung kapag agriculture, yung lote, conversion, yung soil test, geohazard test, evaluation, and of course, the environmental clearance certificate. So alam na po natin yan kung as brokers. So the housing project design, kasama na rin po yan. So they have to follow BP 220 and PD 957. So hindi sila exempted for complying with BP 220 and PD 957. So designed to include future projects to be implemented by the cooperative. Financing, so they just go to the government financial institution or pwede rin sa commercial banks and try to secure more funds for the cooperative housing project. Okay. Sa construction naman, so mismong yung co-op, pwedeng sila na mismo yung magiging contractor or pwede nilang ipa-bid or yung maghanap ng contractor para i-start yung construction. Or they could partner with other accredited co-op developer, no? Para yung ma-employ doon yung mga members din ng cooperative. Partner with accredited contractor of pickup of DTI. So post-construction, so inspection, project turnover, and awarding. And last is estate management. So part din ng housing cooperative yung estate management. Estate management is ito na yung property management. No? So kung yung pag-maintain ng ating housing project. So pwede rin na rin yung co-op na mismo ang mag-manage ng maintenance ng housing project. Kailangan pa bang mag-register sa HLURB para doon sa Homeowners Association? Hindi na po. Yung mismong cooperative na po yung housing association. Actually, mas maganda pa yung cooperative kasi you could engage into other business activity that could help the housing project, no? Pag gusto mo maglagay ng convenience store doon, pwedeng na yung co-op na ang magtayo. Maglagay ng mga solar panels sa mga bubong ng mga bahay, pwede na yung co-op. Maglagay ng transportation system from the housing project, pwede na yung co-op ang mag-provide noon. Secure mo lang yung necessary franchise. Gusto mo nang mag-create ng trabaho doon, pwede rin na yung co-op na mismo ang mag-establish ng trabaho doon. Gusto mo magtayo ng school doon, pwede na rin yung co-op ang maglagay ng school doon. So, mas maganda kung yung ma-manage ng housing project is a cooperative rather than a housing association. Kasi sa housing association, more on sa maintenance lang siya ng housing project. Okay? So, mas maganda. So, estate management refers to a set of functions for the purpose of preserving the material, economic, and social and other benefits derived from living in this type of housing. Okay, the housing cooperative and other types of cooperative with housing project as the recognized community recognized as the community associations in the area. Kaya nga, gaya ng sabi ko, yung co-op na yung mag-act as the community association. They may manage and maintain the entire housing project with the following relevant function. Okay, manage, maintain the housing structure in common areas and the facilities, set up financial management system, provide access to services, ensure safety and security, provide environmental protection, establish systems for collections of fees and generating resources, exercise such other functions necessary to carry out the foregoing. So ito yung concept of total community. Pwede nang gawin ng cooperative yung total community. Kung nasaan, nandun ka, you live, you work, and you play within the community. At ang magbibigay ng mga services nito ay ang cooperative. No? So that's the advantage of cooperative versus housing associations. Okay? Just to give you another video about a cooperative involved in developing a housing project. I-share ko po ito. Isang video para po sa inyo.
The adjective I would use is engaged.
We really work together as one.
If SDC becomes our bread and butter,
If this is what a person, it is a well-rounded personality, cooperates holistic approach to development.
A guiding principle in wealth creation, sustainable development, and social transformation is to encourage a shift in approach and attitude, as well as practices and technologies available for all. The roots of an advanced community-based nation is an engaged, empowered, and assertive citizenship supported by strong organizations aimed at capacity building and equitable development for everyone. An inclusive, transparent, accountable, and responsive institution of governance is key to nation building.
FPSDC started in 1996 as a program of the Philippine Development Assistance Program, or PDAP. Then it was registered as a cooperative in 1998. At that time, we were only 21 with share capital of around 6 million. But now, we have around 130 member organizations with share capital of around 60 million.
FPSDC has been able to bridge the gap and has brought actual business solutions to the people organizations, the NGOs, the cooperatives that they work with.
I do believe that the co-op has more business orientation than the NGOs. While the NGOs, they provide the social orientation, if I may say so. So marrying the two, to my mind, that is more effective in reaching the marginalized groups or individuals that we are trying to help as an organization.
The FPSDC is a unique organization engaged in the areas of sustainable agriculture, ecological integrity, business development, technological advancement with an optimistic intent to meet genuine social development while preserving the environment.
FPSDC is positioning itself as a network that also addresses other issues such as marketing as well as distribution. And now if FPSDC is involved in actual shelter delivery, like what we're doing right now in Mindanao, particularly in Cagayan de Oro.
For me, nakikita ko yung partner in development ay na-achieve yung performance, opportunity, improvement.
Yung nagtuturo sila ng simpleng pamamaraan, yung mga advices na hindi namin narinig sa iba, ginagawa namin challenge yun, ginagawa namin paraan para ma-practice yan ni Co-op. Nagpapasalamat kami sa kanila para kasi silang yung kapatid nga na pag pumunta sila dito, ay manang hindi ganito, dapat ganon. Parang nakikita ko yun na hindi lang pala negosyo yung pinapatakbo nila. So nakikita ko sa kanila na kailangan nilang mag-advise para at least man lang hindi sila yung ma-improve. Pati rin din po kami.
FPSDC's mission is to empower its member organizations by providing innovative and responsive programs and services so they can become catalysts of social transformation.
The vision of FPSDC to empower the marginalized sectors like farmers, fisher folks, indigenous people, workers. We want them to adhere to sustainable development. We define it with the 4 P's, yung people, planet, prosperity, and peace. With people, ang ibig namin sabihin dyan yung social justice, equity, participation, gender sensitivity, and all. And for planet, ecological integrity. For prosperity, we don't just mean financial security, but we also mean food security. So lahat ng efforts na yon should lead to peace.
Lumabas yung 4 P's dahil may mga nakikita kami, ito yung mga nangyayari na dapat namin i-address. Perfect core. Now we have to work.
Kami, magyan po na mo ang conservation of the environment. That's why we propagate the rise of technology because we believe that this technology is quite smart that can help our environment. So, ang tanaw, ang advocacy of ang direction, mission, and vision sa FPSDC is SWAT. The uniqueness of FPSDC, there's really strong differentiation as to advocacy-related issues that we would like to do, such as mining, such as economic-related policies that would address poverty concerns in the country.
A proactive adoption of time-bound goals and requirements launched a number of service offerings, such as institution building programs, which include development and installation systems, product and enterprise development, market development, information technology development, and staff training and development. The credit facility consists of enterprise and livelihood projects, relending or socialized credit, bridge financing, institution building, and back-to-back assistance. These financial channels and service offerings encourage organizations to come up with viable business solutions and maintain a good track record, which in turn build a stronger financial independence and a better economic partnership with FPSDC and their clientele.
What I appreciate most about FPSDC is a time when our cooperative experienced problems a few years back, and they were there to give us the support we needed, and they gave it to us at the most appropriate time. They diagnosed our cooperative and gave us the interventions we needed.
Aside from its growing number of members and exponential increase in financial capability, FPSDC continues to pursue a more balanced outlook in doing business, a synergy that strengthens the vitality of self-help and exploring solutions to emerging drivers of conflict to our fellow constituents.
I think that is also something that other cooperatives has to learn, going beyond the usual inside the box. FPSDC is not only about something that can provide us financial resources, but something who can also advise us in terms of skills development, in terms of capacity building, in terms of expanding our network. To come and join FPSDC network.
I am inviting other cooperatives in the Philippines, Sol Visayas Mindanao, to join this very credible federation.
FPSDC, for people, planet, prosperity, and peace. For more information, please visit www.fpsdc.com.
Okay. Itong organization na to, itong COOP na to is a federation. When you say federation, ang members nito ay mga cooperatives. So these cooperatives, they organize themselves into a federation. And anuman yung mga business activity na wala yung mga member cooperatives, si federation ang magpo-provide. Okay? So yun yung pinaka-role ng federation to supplement the other business activities of the member cooperatives. Okay? So itong itong federation na to, meron silang housing cooperative. They call it Co-opville. It is located in Cagayan de Oro, no? So ang Federation of People's Sustainable Development Cooperative, sila yung nag-come up nito because of the need to help yung mga members ng mga primary cooperatives doon who are affected by the Typhoon Sendong. No?
A group of tropical storm Sendong survivors.
Ito yung housing project nila doon sa Cagayan de Oro. And ang reason why why they were come up with the housing project is because of those who were affected by the tropical storm Sendong in Cagayan de Oro. Madaming nawalan ng housing ng mga bahay doon. Kaya they come up with this program to provide the housing project, housing unit para doon sa mga members who were affected by the typhoon. Okay? So it was started in 2012, no? At meron silang phase 1 and phase 2. Okay? Yung phase 1 is building of houses and facilities. Phase 2 is development of livelihood opportunities. So ito yung itsura ng mga bahay na itinayo nila doon. It's a 25 square meter floor area with 50 square meter lot area. Okay, so ang ginamit nilang technology dito is yung I-COOP. Okay, yung interlocking compressed earth block para siyang Lego. Yun yung ginamit nilang technology dito. Okay? So ito yung itsura ng housing project nila doon. Okay? So co-build, ang maganda dito, nagtatayo din sila ng shared facility dito kung saan gumagawa sila ng cocoa sugar. They come up with, nagtayo sila ng planta doon kung saan yung mga members at resident doon sa housing community na yon, the housing project, sila din yung mga workers doon sa shared facility na gumagawa ng cocoa sugar. Okay? So, ang units na nagawa nila is 176 units, 133 families, and a total of 600 residents doon sa Coopville. Okay? So, ano ba ang benefit ng isang kooperatiba? Bakit ako magko-co-op? No? Unang-una, na gusto ng mga tao na nag-organize ng co-op because of the tax exception. Cooperatives are exempt from income tax, value-added tax, documentary stamp tax, local taxes, including real property tax. So kung walang tax na babayaran, ibig sabihin bababa yung price ng mga housing units. Okay? Generally, lahat ng cooperative. But this exact exception is not automatic. You still have to secure it with the Bureau of Internal Revenue. There are certain requirements for you to submit with the BIR. At i-provide mo lang yung mga requirements na yun. At once na BIR approves your request for tax exception, they will issue you a certificate of tax exception. At nakalagay lahat doon yung tax exception mo, like yung income tax. You're not obliged to pay the income tax. You are value-added tax, no? Doc stamp, as long as the transaction is within the cooperative. If you're going to transact with the business with other entities, not a cooperative, magkakaroon ng tax implication yon. Magkakaroon ng taxes. But if you're going, for example, you're a housing cooperative and you're providing housing units sa mga members, hindi ka na kukuhanan ng income tax doon. Hindi na rin papatungan ng value-added tax. Hindi ka na rin magbabayad ng stamp tax. Saka yung local taxes and real property tax. Kasi the property is, yung transaction is between the cooperative and the member. Okay? Ano pa yung mga privileges ng isang cooperative? Itong mga privileges na to, mga ladies and gentlemen, is generally available sa lahat ng cooperatives. No? All types of cooperative, not only housing cooperative. So, ano pa mga privileges ng cooperative? You could use a safety deposit box of the city or the city treasurer. The government employees, you are free to use any available space within the office. If you would like to engage in cold storage, ice plant, electricity, and transportation, you have the preferential right over the franchise. No? Bibigyan ka ng franchise, mas preferred, may preference ka. No, the government give preference to cooperatives when it comes to establishing cold storage, ice plant, electricity, or electric co-op and transportation cooperative. Preferential right to supply government institution with rice, corn, grains, marine products, meat, milk, vegetable, and agri products. Preferential treatment in the allocation of fertilizers, seeds, agri inputs, implements, and rice distribution. Preferential and equitable treatment in the allocation or control of bottom risk and shipping vessels. Ito po yung mga involved sa shipping. Preferential right in the management of public market. O yung housing project mo, may itatayong public market doon ang local government. Pwedeng sa inyo ibigay ng local government sa pag-manage ng public market. No? So may preferential right ang mga cooperatives. Meron kang loan credit line and rediscounting loans from DBP and Land Bank. Of course, government institution yan. For public transport, okay, financing support, preferential right to manage public terminals, ports, and franchise on routes for public transport. So lahat ng cooperatives, that's why yung mga modernized PUJs natin, nabibigyan ng preferential right, nabibigyan sila ng financial support, nabibigyan sila ng preferential right sa franchise because they are co-op, they are cooperative. So kung meron kang housing project, lagyan mo na rin ng transport system yung housing housing project para magiging convenient doon sa mga members. If you are would like to bid for government projects, you are exempt from pre-qualification requirements. You also have a preferential right in the management of school canteen. Yung mga teachers cooperative, yung mga schools natin, yung mga public school natin, no? May mga teachers sila, meron silang cooperative. Pagka may mga teachers cooperative sa public school, they have preferential right to manage the school canteen and other services. And for the appropriate housing agencies and government financial institution shall create a special window for financing housing projects undertaken by cooperative with interest rates and terms equal to or better than those given for socialized housing project. This financing shall be in the form of a blanket loan or long-term wholesale loans to qualified cooperatives without need of individual processing. Okay? So, ano ang advantage ng isang housing project? Yung land banking. So, considering that you have capitals, you will be able to raise capital, you could do some land banking. You could increase the housing stock. Alam natin may mga kulang pa tayo sa housing, madami tayong deficit sa housing. So makakadagdag tayo sa housing. Then of course, yung dignity, no? Increase the quality of settlement development. Considering that you own the cooperative and you will also going to own the housing, since ikaw ang nagmamay-ari ng co-op, syempre gagandahan mo na rin yung housing project. No? Focus on users' interest. You focus on the members' interest. It is holistic. It is family-oriented. It involves continuing education. It provides quality life and humanization. Affordability, because cooperatives are tax exempt. You will be able to save some. You will be able to save some of the costs in constructing a housing project. No, so you are going to pool your resources. Of course, yung economies of scale. And of course, yung principle ng bayanihan, yung sweat equity, volunteerism, cooperation, okay? So yung bargaining power, saka yung mga privileges na binigay ng batas natin. So it will rebound to the benefit of the members of the cooperative kapag nag-establish ka ng housing, and you will be able to secure all the privileges and the tax exemptions that may be afforded to the cooperative. And of course, one of the benefit is the membership control resources. As I discussed a while ago, considering that the highest policy-making body is the General Assembly, or the membership, the whole membership is the highest policy-making body. So you have the control on how you're going to run the business of the cooperative. When you say membership control, so nandiyan yung participatory ng mga members. There is a sense of ownership on the housing cooperative, a sense of ownership on the cooperative project. You have the freedom to build the design you want based on the agreement with the other members. There is a democratic control on the organization. You have access. You self-regulate your cooperative. The common good, it can involve the clean and green environment because of the advocacy of concern for community. So yan yung mga benefits or advantages of being a cooperative. And lastly, it includes empowerment. No? If you're going to be a member of the cooperative, kasi ang cooperative is a self-help organization. You empower the members. You empower one another. Of each and every members nag-empower, no? So yan yung community, solidarity, mutual help, sense of belonging, sharing, yung autonomy, and yung of course yung and community values to be established, and collective strength and the sense of accomplishment if you were be able to come up with a housing unit for each and every member of the cooperative. So, yan po yung concept ng ating housing cooperative. So, before I close my discussion, I will going to share one last video. This video is a video of one of our cooperative in Cebu. No? Itong cooperative na to talagang sabihin na natin total community. Kasi nandun na lahat doon sa within their community, yung mga necessary, yung mga basics ng isang community. Okay? So let's watch the video before I close the presentation, my presentation.
Lamak Multi-Purpose Cooperative, Lamak Pinamungahan, Cebu. The Lamak Multi-Purpose Cooperative's head office operates in the remote barangay of Lamak Pinamungahan, Cebu. which once a desolate area now flourishes as one of Cebu City's tourist destinations.
We do consider our cooperative as a grassroots cooperative because we have penetrated the grassroots area. Sa simula, Lamak, dito lang sa maliit na barangay ng Lamak. At sa ngayon, we are now operating in the whole Visayas, which composed of 3 regions. And at the start, we have only 70 members. Sa ngayon, we have more than 56,000 members.
Offering services that cater to the entire community. Its long list of managed businesses include lending, production and distribution of consumer products, agribusiness, and ecotourism. With a total loan releases of 859.81 million pesos in 2015.
We go beyond lending and become diversified because we wanted that we focus on the need of our members. It is not a business for Lamak, but it's one way na matulungan namin sila.
Lamak MPC also recently ventured into socialized housing projects, which already benefited 55 families in the community.
Ang cooperative is malaking tulong sa akin, especially sa family ko. Kasi boss, yung parents ko is member din ng Lamak. So, they're already 15 years sa co-op. Being the eldest sa family, ako yung sumusuport sa family ko, lalo na sa financial needs. And then, ngayon, isa sa services ng cooperative is nagbigay ng specialized social housing project. So, isa ako sa beneficiaries.
Linkage and partnerships also play a vital role in pursuing the co-op's mission of responding to the needs of the community. These include providing technical assistance on livelihood projects in partnership with local government units. Regular financial literacy programs for towns, various sectors, and partnership with the Department of Tourism for the town's road concreting projects. Members and non-members alike benefit from the access road that the co-op helped construct and the influx of tourists to the town, which generates income for the town's residents.
So, hindi dahil sa Lamak Multipurpose Cooperative, hindi ganito ang Lamak ngayon.
Lamak MPC's mission also includes the protection and preservation of the environment. As such, they established several environmental management measures, including no smoking policy, solid waste management, paper and wastewater recycling, and Cleanest Day program. They also utilize biogas technology for cheap electricity supply and spearheaded the preservation initiative of the Lamak watershed in partnership with the LGU. For its outstanding contribution to the development of the community, Lamak MPC has been receiving awards from various organizations. It was recognized as the first premium awardee of Abundance Foundation for Visayas and Mindanao. Lamak Multi-Purpose Cooperative, Lamak Pinamungahan, Cebu.
Okay, so thank you very much for listening to my short lecture. I hope I was able to deliver what is expected of me in discussing how housing cooperative is going to be organized and how going to benefit yung mga possible opportunities possible opportunities for us sa real estate industry, how to organize a housing cooperative that will help not necessarily gain pecuniary interest doon sa pagdevelop, but come up with another mode of ownership ng isang housing unit or housing program. And nakita natin doon sa lamak, no? Doon sa lamak kung gaano kalaki, just stop my share. Kung gaano kalaki yung impact ng yung cooperative doon sa community, not only when it comes to providing livelihood but also providing the basics, no, yung mga basic necessities of the community. So they provided housing for the members, they provide livelihood, and they are involved in agribusiness, no? Sila yung isa sa mga supplier ng mga seedlings ng mga varieties ng cacao. Yung ibang nilang mga cacao na seedlings ini-export sa ibang bansa, no? So this is one of the sample of the housing cooperative or cooperative involved in housing development. So I hope I was able to share sa inyo yung mga magandang insights dito sa housing cooperative. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope you were able to learn something about cooperative in this activity. Okay, to the host, I'm turnovering the Zoom to the host, Eugene. Thank you very much po.
Thank you so much, Attorney Eric, for the housing cooperative presentation. Okay, naalala ko, Attorney Eric, meron akong subject niyan before sa college, yung cooperative. Kaya madalas kami dyan sa Quezon Ab to get the credit cooperative report. So, but for now, ang focus natin is housing cooperative. So for the question and answer portion po, may we call on CRB Roma and CRB Ryan for the question and answer portion. CRB Roma.
Thank you, CRB Olan. So we have few questions here from our chat box. Pipili na lang muna ako ng dalawa. And then yung other questions, baka i-ano na lang natin, replyan na lang natin sila. Okay. Through email. First question po. Are homeowners association of a subdivision a cooperative?
Okay.
Are they different?
They are different, no? Ang housing, ang association is more on the maintenance of the housing project, no? Yung yung utilities, yung security, yung cleanliness ng community, while sa cooperative is a business enterprise, no? Aside from engaging in property management, you can also be engaged in other business activity that could be very helpful to the community. The cooperative could put up their own convenience store. They could put up their own transport system. They could put up their own source of electricity if they would like to use their roof as a solar farm. They could use other businesses that they think is allied to that would help yung community. Hindi magagawa yan ng isang homeowners association. But pag sa cooperative, you could do those business activities para magiging very holistic yung para magiging total community yung housing project, no? Kasi isa sa mga problema natin sa mga housing, yung ibang mga housing malalayo sa mga cities, malayo sa hospitals, malayo sa school. But pagka cooperative ang magpatakbo dyan, they could establish all these necessary institutions para masupport yung community. Sa association, hindi magagawa yon. Hindi pwedeng kayang gawin yon. Kasi more on, saka non-profit ang association. While ang cooperative, they could acquire revenue, then they could declare net surpluses. And ditong net surpluses, they could distribute it to the members through the patronage refund and through the interest on share capital. That's a big difference between association and a cooperative.
Okay, sir. madami pala tayong magagawa dun sa ano, no, kapag cooperative.
Yes.
Next. Okay po. Yung next question po natin, if I have an existing project already, can I sell this to an existing cooperative? Will it follow the same process?
Pagka mayroon ng existing, it's magiging contractual na yung magiging arrangement nyo dyan. No? So, depende na kung ano yung magiging usapan ninyo as the owner of the housing project at parang tawag na, i-take over ng cooperative yung project. So, kayo na po mag-uusap dyan. But once na maging cooperative owned na yan, all the rights and privileges na pinibigay ng ating batas, ng ating opisina ay pwede nang magamit, ay pwede nang ma-secure ng cooperative. No? So, that would be another additional advantage sa cooperative kung sakasakali. So, pwede nilang i-acquire yung property, yung project nyo, and sila na mag-secure ng mga necessary privileges na binibigay ng batas natin.
Ayun, okay. So, pwede palang mag-acquire ng existing project yung ating co-op. Last po from our Zoom chat. Can a family form a cooperative?
Okay. Ang isang cooperative para maging sustainable, dapat continuous yung membership mo. Kung family members mo lang ang magiging membro nito, very limited lang yung magiging member, baka hindi magiging sustainable. Although pwede, no? Pwede naman mga family members o yung isang clan mag-organize ng cooperative, pwede naman. The question is how you are going to sustain the cooperative. Yun ang tanong dyan. Pwede naman, pero ang question is how you're going to sustain. Kasi the success, yung mga successful cooperatives namin, kaya nagiging successful is yung continuous membership. No? Yung madaming nagme-member doon sa cooperative. Makikita mo dyan, 100,000 membership, 200,000 membership, meron pa nga 1 million membership. At itong mga cooperative, they become big because madaming mga members, madaming nagpapatronize nung sa services ng cooperative. So if kayang masustain ng family co-op yung tinayong co-op, pwede naman, wala naman problema. Depende na lang yan kung ano yung business activity na gagawin ng cooperative.
Okay, sir. Thank you po dun sa sagot ninyo. So, yun po muna siguro yung from our Zoom. Okay, sir, I'm calling on CRB Ryan to check for our questions in our FB Live.
To our audience and some participants, we will submit your questions to Attorney Eric, and we will return to you. We will revert back to you through an email reply on your question. So I suggest you put in your contact numbers or email address so we can address your answers properly.
No questions from FB Live, Roma.
Okay.
I think there's a question from our fellow Reba Mandaluyong officer, IPP, immediate past president Celine. Sabi niya parang kasi Celine is into Kuya Eric, Celine is into being a contractor and a developer of a condominium unit. Can they form daw ba, a family can form a cooperative?
I think I already answered yung if a family could organize a cooperative.
Yeah, it was just answered.
Okay, sorry, na-lag out kasi ako kanina, sorry.
Siguro itong tanong ni Sir Nick Tapangco, can the stakeholders...
Ay, Kuya Eric, Sir Eric, Mr. Nick Tapangco is the National President of REBAP.
Oh, okay. So kailangan ko sagutin tong tanong niya.
Ayan, sir. Ito pala, from Sir Nick Tapangco. Can the stakeholders or homeowners of the condominium project form a cooperative like service cooperative?
Definitely yes. It would be a separate entity. It has a separate personality from the homeowners. You have to remember that cooperative is just like a corporation, but we call it cooperative. May juridical personality din, separate and distinct from its member. So if ever the homeowners would like to form a cooperative to provide additional services to the community, they could organize a cooperative. So pwedeng silang mag-coexist yung homeowners association and the cooperative. Okay? Pwede po yun.
Okay, pwede pala.
I think we have a question from Jocelyn Lim, our past president in REBAP Mandaluyong. Ma'am Lim.
Hi, good afternoon, Attorney Eric. My question is, I've been in the housing industry before I went to being a developer. Is the CMP or the Community Mortgage Program falls under the cooperative? Or is it a different approach? Kasi sometimes you can apply for the community mortgage, di ba?
Yes. Especially ang SHOPC. We have engagement with SHOPC with regards to CMP. Ang ginagawa ng CMP, lalo na yung affected by yung mga clearings sa mga waterways, yung nagkaroon ng mga clearings sa waterways, inorganize ng SHOPC yung mga informal settlers doon into cooperative so that they could secure ng yung mga programs ng SHOPC. One of them is yung CMP. Yung CMP, yung meron ng existing property na gusto nilang i-acquire yung mga nakatira doon, pwede sila mag-organize into cooperative at yung co-op ang mag-acquire ng property tapos i-distribute among the members of the cooperative. So it's one of the mode, no, of organizing the CMP, yung cooperative. And we have partnership with the Socialized Housing Finance Corporation kasi I think sila yung na-involved sa CMP.
Okay, thank you. Actually, yung first question ko kanina is membership limited to family only? How about if you form a cooperative, the members are limited only since the membership is for the stakeholders only o kaya yung mga future awardees lang. So how can you increase that membership na sinasabi mo na it should be laging continuous ang membership nun?
Okay, pagka sa housing, ang issue dyan sa housing, kung ilan ang units na available for sale, yun din yung number of members na magiging member ng cooperative. Kasi pag minsan, pag nasobrahan mo yung membership mo, hindi mo at kulang yung housing unit mo, they're going to demand a separate project for themselves. So kung kaya ng co-op, why not? Pero kung hindi kaya, you have to limit the membership only to the number of units available in your housing project. No, but if you have plan of expanding more housing projects, you could recruit more members to your cooperative so that you could provide more housing for them.
Okay, thank you. Ano pa ang question sa iba naman?
Thank you, Attorney Eric. Any more question, CRB Roma? Well, ako na lang, Attorney Eric, may question isa lang. So, Attorney, what is blanket loan? And meron ba tong advantage and disadvantage sa housing cooperative?
Okay. Yung blanket loan is provided by law. Under Republic Act 9520 or the Cooperative Code of the Philippines, Philippine Cooperative Code of 2008, nakalagay doon na lahat ng mga government financial institution must provide a window, loan window to those who would like to do housing cooperative engaged in socialized housing. Bibigyan sila ng special window, kumbaga special treatment dito sa mga cooperative kung saan yung interest rate is equal or lower or better than those provided by the socialized housing programs of the government. So batas na nakakapagbigay nan, so it's a matter of policy by the GFIs na mag-come up with a program for cooperative wherein the blanket loan, kumbaga yung loan na yon, ibibigay sa isang co-op, sa mga co-ops na gustong mag-housing. May special fund na ibibigay sa kanila para sa additional fund nila para magamit nila sa pag-develop ng kanilang project. Parang ganon. It's a special arrangement na binibigay sa mga, ay impose sa mga GFIs natin. Na itong co-op na to, housing co-op na to, bigyan nyo ng special window, special treatment. Siguro through medyo hindi masyadong strict yung sa documentation, yung interest mas mababa o yung amount mas malaki. So yan yung mga special window na pwedeng ibigay ng government financial institutions sa mga housing cooperative.
Thank you, Attorney Eric. So may fundamental source po talaga yung blanket loan.
Yes, it's provided under the law.
Okay, any more question po? Sa attendees po, baka pwedeng mag-unmute. Gusto nyong magtanong kay Attorney?
Question, Attorney Eric.
Go ahead,
Attorney Eric.
Sir Balwin.
Yeah, Attorney Eric, I have two questions. Number one, if I have an investors intend to be part of the cooperative to share his contribution to help those members that cannot afford, and I believe there is a limitation up to how much is their contribution. They are not, they have a limited to 40% because of the ownership of the land. Number two, if I have a property and I want to contribute my property in a cooperative, does it exempt from the capital gains tax as for my contribution to the cooperative?
Okay, capital gains tax would only be yung tax exception with regards to, sige, unahin mo natin yung unang tanong mo.
Yes.
Investor. Doon sa investor, if you are going to be a member of that cooperative, meron yang limitation as to the holding.
Correct.
You're provided maximum of only 10%.
Okay.
Sa cooperative.
Okay.
So the whole, doon sa whole subscription ng cooperative, ang maximum na pwede mong ma-acquire na share is only 10%. 10% lang. Now, kung gusto mong yung property mo is pwede mong ibang means of investment through loan. Pwede mong ipaloan doon sa mga cooperative yung property mo, parang i-acquire ng cooperative at maghahanap sila ng financial, or pwede ring later on bayaran na lang ng cooperative yung property. So depende na sa arrangement nyo. Arrangement ng would-be member, investor at doon sa cooperative. But the maximum amount of holding a single member is only at least 10% of the subscribed share.
Okay.
10% lang. Kasi hindi, unlike sa corporation,
correct.
Malaki.
Correct. Tama, Attorney. Yung
holding mo doon sa shares.
Yeah, it's 51% owner.
Cooperative, nilimit sa 10%. Kasi
correct.
Pagka ginawa kasing more than just 10%, parang corporation na rin ang labas ng cooperative.
Oo. Para kasi sa corporation, tama, Attorney, kasi I work with SEC. Sa SEC, we accept property in exchange of shares of stock. Pero in order for you to be exempt from the capital gain, it must be a 51% ownership. So, Attorney, in other words, pag foreigner yung gusto mag-share sa cooperative, it is limited to 10%.
Okay. Cooperative is limited to Filipinos only.
Okay. So, unless he is a dual citizen.
Unless she is a dual citizen.
Okay.
Pwede. Okay.
Thank you.
With regards to capital gains tax, ang capital gains tax dapat yung transaction within the cooperative. Kumbaga ako yung cooperative, nagbenta ako ng property sa member as part of my service.
That's exempt.
I'm a housing cooperative, walang capital gains tax.
Pero if I am a member, then I want my contribution is I have to say to limit to 10%. Sorry, I got it. Kasi 10% lang, attorney, no? So
Yes,
dapat talaga bilhin niya lang, ano? Sige, thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you po.
Thank you
Any more
po.
question?
Question, attorney.
Okay.
Attorney,
Go ahead po.
question from PNB Cooperative, Mr. Marnisoria. Yes, question, attorney. Can a housing co-op engage in other businesses, such as a multi-purpose cooperative? For example, you are a housing co-op, then you are engaged in transport. Then second question, how can for example, our co-op have a conduit with this housing cooperative, since housing cooperative needs more capital? Thank you, attorney.
Okay, with regards to a housing cooperative would like to engage into transport, magiging multi-purpose cooperative.
Yeah.
So once you are a multi-purpose cooperative, any business activity you would like to engage into, you only have to do is amend your articles and bylaws para ma-incorporate doon sa inyong article bylaws that you can engage in this kind of business activity, like transport. With regards to yung second question ninyo na yung kung tama ba yung pagkakaintindi ko yung
Yes. Yeah, co-op. How can we have some parang arrangement with housing co-op so that the for example our multi-purpose co-op can have some other income through this with a conduit with the housing co-op.
Okay, that would already be contractual on the parties kung ano yung magiging arrangement nyo with the other housing cooperative. So contractual na lang po yun, hindi na po namin hawak po yun. But although we will be coming up with the guidelines later on how a cooperative can engage in another cooperative.
Yeah.
So just abangan nyo na lang po sir yung aming mga MC na yun. Kasi that would be very helpful para doon sa mga maliliit nating co-op.
Yes, that's my concern.
Wherein yung malalaking co-op will going to invest on the smaller cooperatives so that they have more capital for their activities, business activities.
Attorney Robles, Direct Marnie of PNB, antayin lang po natin na officially na maging member ng Rebap Mandaluyong si Sir Eric. Because I'm telling you now, Rebap Mandaluyong will be going to have a cooperative housing. So makikiconduit si PNB Cooperative. Pareho akong member, pareho akong officer ng parehong grupo. So hindi natin palalagpasin yung pagkakataon na magkatulungan tayo pare-pareho.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chairman. And in behalf of the PNB, siguro sana kami nagpapasalamat because we were given the opportunity to have such as forum like this na medyo talagang kami, especially this pandemic, medyo humina yung aming mga businesses. So we are really looking forward to more investment. And that's my point why I raised that question. If small cooperatives can have some connection with this housing cooperative. Kasi nasa isip ko kasi sir, lalo na ngayong election, that is the battle cry of the candidates. Pabahay sa mahirap. So talagang kagat na kagat sana ito if the government also will support the other small cooperative para makapagpagawa din ng bahay sa mahirap kung sino man na maging presidente. Thank you and good afternoon. Good morning.
Okay, thank you. One more question from the attendees. Last question. Meron pa po ba? Okay, Press Eugene, kung wala na pong question, for the photo op po, may we request Atty. Eric for the photo op lang. And then the certificate of appreciation next. Okay, Ren, ready na yung
Okay,
sa
yes, I'll take the picture. I'll take the picture. Hold on. Okay.
May we request the presence of our dear President Michael Agot from RIBAT National. President Mike.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone, I'll take a picture.
Hello.
Okay.
Your camera,
Hello.
Sir Mike. Please open your camera, please.
Ayan.
It's already open, Press
Okay.
Eugene,
Okay,
and congratulations on the well done.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm taking pictures of page 1. Okay, 1. Okay, page 2. Okay, well, page 2 is loading. Walang mga... Okay. And page 3. Okay, done.
Okay, thank
Thank
you, Ren.
you. Congratulations.
For the certificate of appreciation, may we call on Miss Bell Johnson.
Hello, good morning. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, Belle, please come in.
Ren, pa ano ng certificate? Pa-share?
Wait, sandali.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to share this certificate of appreciation to Attorney Frederick Joe N. Robles, our guest speaker, for his invaluable contribution as guest speaker in the business monthly meeting of RIBAP Mandaluyong City Chapter Inc., given this 20th day of February 2022, signed by our chapter president, Eugene Tamayo III. Thank you very much, Attorney, for that wonderful presentation.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Eric.
Yeah, thank you. No problem. Anytime.
Press Eugene.
We have representatives from CREBA here. With here right now is Sir Demi Posadas, the module director for CREBA De La Salle University Executive Diploma Program in Real Estate Management. Sir Demi, can we just have a few words from you, please, sir?
Yeah, thank you, Eugene. It is really very enlightening as far as your particular program is concerned. Attorney Robles is very, very enlightening on this particular housing co-op. No? Although CREBA had been looking at really an housing cooperative, but as I noticed, trying to study this housing cooperative, mostly of this housing cooperative started with a multi-purpose cooperative. And that is probably because of the capital requirements that you will need for developing or doing a housing project for the cooperative. So it is really what I saw and I was looking at is basically how can a particular organization or cooperative start with an actual housing cooperative. It's because, as I said, it's because of the requirements. No? That's why, as much as possible, we are also looking at this. And thank you very much to Eugene linking us here, because in the our future housing program that we are trying to develop, we are looking at cooperative as the jump-off point of the different socialized housing programs that we have. No? And the beauty right now, no? Ang maganda ngayon, dito nga sa SHOPC, yung mga CMP natin, saka yung nasa mga informal settler natin nasa endangered area, nag-start na sila doon sa sa kooperatiba, no? Kasi dati nakapokus lang tayo doon sa homeowners association, but right now I think shifting to a cooperative is a better alternative than a homeowners association, no? So maganda yung programang sinulan ng CDA in relation to housing program, and we will link up, no? We will link up with CDA and how our organization be able to benefit on the many informations that CDA can give us and help us in crafting a particular program for housing using the cooperative system, no? Ang nalulungkot lang ako, ang gaganda ng programa ng ating mga kooperatiba. Nakita ko doon sa tatlong sample ni Atty. Robles na ang daming successful na kooperatiba na hindi naman nadidinig ng ating mga kasamahan, hindi nabibigyan ng pansin, hindi na ipopromote. Kaya siguro kailangan pa nating magkaroon ng promotion itong ating cooperative para sa ganon malaman ng mas marami na ano ba ang advantage ng having cooperative than probably a corporation or other type of organization, especially those on the lower levels, no? Nasa ating mga lalo na sa ating mga urban poor o rural poor na lalakas pala tayo kung meron tayong isang kooperatiba. So maraming salamat sa pagkakataon na binigay ninyo sa akin, no? sa Cueva o me in particular, and siguro sa susunod na mga pagkakataon isasama ko sa module ko itong kooperatiba, no? Kasi isang pamamaraan nito ng socialized housing kung saan gagamitin ang kooperatiba. Siguro sa darating na panahon, dito sa aming real estate management program, ang tinatawag namin EDPREM, no? Executive Development Real Estate Management Program with Lasal Binild, siguro maimbitahan namin din si Atty. Eric para maging regular na speaker natin dito sa aming programa. Kasi nakikita ko napakahalaga po nitong housing cooperative na to na hindi masyadong nabibigyan pa ng diin, no? Especially sa mga iba-ibang klaseng cooperative. So maraming salamat sa pagkakataon at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Sa congratulations sa Revap Mandaluyong, no? Diyan din na opisina ko sa Mandaluyong. Thank you very much po.
Salamat, Sir Demi. Salamat. For those who don't know, I'm a proud graduate of the Executive Diploma Program of Real Estate Management in Lasal, batch 2020. Tito Demi.
Sir Eric, estudyante. Who soon to be become a consultant. Yan, malapit na maging consultant yan. In the next few days, consultant na po yan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And Sir Eric, you're very much qualified to be a lecturer for Lasal, Creba.
Yes,
program.
very much. I'll make it a point that we will include that in our, especially in my module, no? Module 3, which is technical. Okay.
And at the same time, just to also let you know, Sir Demi is actually a contractor and actually an advocate for socialized housing. So alam niyo po yan. So okay. For the national officers of REBAP, do we have President Mike Agot to at least have a response or probably just a few words lang? BP Nair, are you around? BP Nair. Sir Nash, are you around, Sir Nash? Okay, I think with that, in behalf of the REBAP Mandaluyong chapter and the national officers, we would like to thank you, Kuya Eric. This is not really a response, but this is a message of gratitude because we want to thank you for giving into our invitation in spite of your busy schedule. You know that, Kuya Eric. We've been trying to stage this seminar since October. Kaso talagang too tight for you and too tight for the chapter. But I would like to give the spotlight to the special guest, kagaya nga kanina, sa mga taga-Creba, sa mga national officers ng RIBAP, the developers from NCR and regions, various cooperative leaders nationwide, teachers and students of PUP under the College of Cooperative and College of Business Administration. Of course, meron pa ako isang kasamahan sa PNB Co-op na hindi pa nakakapagsalita. Direct Greg, are you there? Just a few words lang po. Direct Greg, are you there? Director Greg? Parang wala.
Hello? Hello? Are you calling me, Pres Eugene, from Chapter President of Pampanga, or it's another Greg?
Another Greg, sir. I will let you say your ano.
No,
Director
it's
Greg.
fine. It's fine. Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
Thank you, Dr. Greg. Thank you. Thank you for attending.
Yes, I am seeing. I saw our teacher, no, Sir Demi, one of the best teacher. Dadaan ka muna sa karayom bago ka papasa sa panel sa kanya.
Marami po
I appreciate that.
Marami po tayong estudyante ni Sir Demi dito, di ba? Dr. Greg?
Yes.
Thank you. I would like to give the spotlight to our director, Greg Cuadrasal of PNB Cooperative, just to say some few words of gratitude to our speaker as well.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you, Sir Eugene, Chairman Eugene. We are glad na na-invite kami sa forum na to. We are also glad na meron palang bagong project ang CDA na like this, na may housing projects na pwede tayong mag-join. Sana in the future maka-join tayo, sir. Ilan po.
Thank you.
Eric,
Thank you, Direct Greg. Thank you. I put on the spotlight to these people because in spite of being a sponsor, they did not presented any collaterals or materials for us, diba? So just to give them the courtesy as well. To the teachers and students, thank you. The formation of this seminar, we are complete. The community is complete. We have from the academy, we have from the industry, we have professionals. And I'm happy that we were able to stage it here at RIBAP Mandaluyong.